Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Darwin. I talk about tech that helps you win at life. Today I'm talking about my 2014 Chevrolet Volt. I'm going to talk about why I believe this car is the best transition vehicle for anybody who is afraid of making the transition to an all-electric vehicle life. So 2014 Chevrolet Volt, let's talk about it. I believe this is one of the best vehicles for people to transition from an ICE vehicle, internal combustion engine vehicle, to an all EV. This car, I've taken it to Vegas. I've driven it for weeks without using a drop of gasoline. And that just shows you how versatile it is when it comes to this platform, half gas, half electric. It gives you about 30 to 35 miles on a full charge. And then you always have that gasoline backup generator, which charges the battery, which powers the car, right? So the gasoline powered generator doesn't just power the car directly. So the reason why this is such a great transition vehicle is because you're always being powered by that battery, right? So you always get that feeling of driving an EV, which is why I always say that's the main advantage of driving an electric vehicle. It's the way it drives. The main reason people go electric is not to save money. It really isn't. Once you drive an electric vehicle, that's when you understand going electric is about going electric because of the driving experience. It's just a better driving vehicle. It's a better sounding vehicle. It's smoother. The acceleration is instant. You get regenerative braking. Everything just feels more in tune and more aligned. The car moves as your foot pushes down on the gas pedal or the go pedal. One of the main things I love about this car is its storage. Even though it looks like a sedan, it's actually a hatchback and you're able to stuff a lot of stuff in the trunk. And honestly, I really like the look of the car. They made this car look a little bit more unique. With the second generation, they went with a more traditional look. I actually like the look of this car a little bit better. It doesn't really have a good infotainment system. It's got a lot of, everything is touchscreen buttons. It's like they tried to copy the Model 3, but without the actual touchscreen. So these are touch capacitive buttons and they're not really that great. The car itself, it drives really nice. It's a heavy car, and that's the disadvantage of carrying a gasoline engine and a battery pack at the same time. You're lugging that around all the time. And that's the reason why it only seats 4 people, because that center seat in the back is actually where the battery pack lays. So it has this T-shaped battery pack. The second advantage is that it is incredibly cheap to run, especially if you live within a 15-20 mile radius of where you travel to daily. Every time I wake up in the morning, if this is my main vehicle, I could just unplug it and I have a fresh 30 to 40 miles of range. So if I do drive to work and it's only 20 miles away, I can get to work and back without ever using a drop of electricity. Once I get home, I plug it back in, I have a full battery the next day. If I want to take a cross-country road trip, which I have in this car, I actually purchased this car in Chicago, drove it all the way back to Southern California. This car did flawlessly. It just ran on gas, non-stop. The car went at about 80 to 90 miles per hour, heat on full blast because I'm Californian. As you can see, I got a hoodie on and it's like 50-degree weather. So had the heat on full blast. The car did wonderfully. But eventually, after driving this car for so long, you'll realize that 40 miles of range, it's not enough. But I did like 80% of my trips on 40 miles of range. Then you start thinking, what if I went all electric? And now I have 200 miles of range, 250 miles of range, 350 miles of range with fast charging capabilities. That can literally take care of 100% of my trips. And then when I take road trips, now I can just go to the Tesla supercharger. Again, I'm talking about Teslas because they make the best cars, but you can definitely do it with a Bolt. Although the supercharging, the fast charging network is not as expansive. But you start thinking, dang, I did most of my trips on 40 miles of range every single day. Why am I carrying around this gasoline generator when I can have more battery in that area, when I can have more range, right? So that's the beauty of this car, is that it's gonna show you all the benefits of an EV, but it's also going to help you transition. I guarantee you're going to transition after driving this car for a bit. And not because of regulations or because this car's not good. It's because this car is so good. This car is so good when it's on EV range, just the 30 and 40 miles. And let me tell you this. Let me tell you a secret. The Tesla is even better with 300 miles. That's why people go crazy for Teslas. For anybody who doesn't understand why, that's the reason why people go crazy for long-range EVs. It's because this car is already great at 40 miles of range, but when you go 200, 250 miles range, and the driving experience is even better because you're not lugging around 400 or 500 pounds of gasoline components. You got gas pipe, catalytic converter, ICE internal combustion engine, you got a fuel tank, you got the extra fuel that you're lugging around that you're not burning. You're just lugging around all this stuff, and it's really pointless when you realize how simple, how efficient, how wonderful it is to drive all EV. For me, I'm saying goodbye to this vehicle because I am going all electric. I have absolutely no doubts in my mind. Every single car in the future will be electric, not because of laws or regulations, because of consumer choice. I truly believe that. And this car actually showed me the way. This car actually showed me the way. I was skeptical when I bought this car. I was skeptical of the infrastructure. I was skeptical of electricity providing enough range. I was skeptical of all those things, but I see the light. I see the light. I see the light. So if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till next time, peace.